Michelle?
Ask
Can you hear me now?
No.
Yay!
Yes.
Yay! I did it on my phone. I don't know what's the matter with the laptop.
Phone is fine. That's the way Jackie does it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So who
I
is
want to
Zoom
be all
Usher?
fancy and do it on my laptop.
So I see we have a Zoom Usher. Who's the Zoom Usher? A Zoom user. I'm sorry. There's a Zoom user.
That's the mystery guest.
I don't know. I was asking Bill the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, Bill, who is Zoom user?
It's a mystery.
The mystery.
So now, we're still meeting this coming Tuesday, correct?
Yes, we do have a meeting scheduled. We have a very light agenda. I debated whether I would bring up canceling it or not. I just do everything in our business meeting.
Right. And I know we have at the business meeting, I know we have the dance scammer proposal.
Yes, yes.
Right. Is that going to be, will the resolution be part of what Ashley sends out as the official agenda?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
Do we have an official resolution?
Well, I know Julia, oh, Ashley, go ahead. I know Julia had sent me one a while back. Ashley, do you have the official thing?
I have the one that Julia sent out.
I would think that's it.
Okay, so I'll take a look at that tomorrow. And
Yep. So I took a look at it. It looked fine to me, but of course, you know, you'll take your look and see if there's anything you see that you need corrected.
All right.
And there's Richard.
I'm going
Hi,
to switch
Richard.
you to host, Bill. I got
Okay.
a wedding planning board in.
Okay.
All right.
Have fun there. We'll see you later. Do I have to do anything?
It'll come up and ask you or let you know that it was changed.
Okay.
Yeah, I see a notice. Bill McKenna's the
Yep,
host.
Bill McKenna's the host now.
All
Woohoo!
right. Hostess was the mostest. So now I just have to let people in as they come.
Yep, and if they're a board member, you'll have to unmute them.
Don't tell them.
Well, you don't have to, but I'll leave it up to you.
What's that, Richard? I can't hear you. Let me open up the window. Stick your head out the back window and yell to me.
I'll come through the woods over there.
Yeah. So I have to admit.
Yep. So you'll right next to it. It should say admit, and then it may just say ask to unmute instead of unmute. Then
Yes.
they'll have to unmute on their end.
So Bill, you probably want to bring up participants. If you do at the bottom, you'll see a participants icon. If you click on that, you'll see participants to the right, and then you should.
Oh yeah, no, I'm there. I let them in.
Okay, because at the top of the participants column is where they come in to say, you know,
Yep.
add people. So
Have a good meeting. I'll see you later.
Thank you,
Yes,
Ashley.
Bye,
Thank
boys.
you.
and
Hello,
see
Richard.
Jessica. There's Jessica.
Jessica.
Are you gonna let Jessica unmute, Bill? Yeah, we can't hear Jessica. I think that Bill's the host now. He's got to allow you, if he chooses to allow you to unmute.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Just
yay.
here to see what's going on.
Yay. And you know, Jessica, I've been delinquent at really watching I've been so focused on the presidential stuff. I've been a little delinquent. How did the library, do you have an answer yet, or are they still counting absentees?
No, and what we've learned is that the absentees will take a while. We, New Yorkers have 7 days to get absentee ballots in.
Right.
So that's
Okay.
the 10th, but they may not actually start counting them until the 13th.
Wow.
The county does it by alphabetical order. So guess who's last?
Woodstock.
You know, that's the worst. That's the worst part of it. We go to county conventions and Woodstock is always last. And it's like,
It's like the
You
kid
wanna-
with the Z is
You
the
want to
last
change
name.
the name of the town?
well, no, they
It's
should,
the most famous small town.
It is.
Stock?
they should flip it once in a while and start with the last.
Hey, Lauren, unmute you. Oh, there we go. I got him.
Oh, well.
Anyway, the short answer is we might not know till the 16th to the 19th.
Right, okay.
There's a patriotic squirrel.
Oh,
bless.
yay.
God bless America.
We're hoping.
And Nick, oh, wait a second. Did you just mute yourself, Jessica? Okay.
I was just listening to our president.
Yeah, me too.
MSNBC cut him off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
did so did CNN.
So did ABC.
Did they?
Yeah, he's a star.
Not a
That's,
shining one.
that's pretty bad.
Well, he started
Yeah.
straying from the point. I mean, his points weren't valid to begin with, and then he started straying from the point, and then they said, hey, it's time to bring it back. So
Not him, no.
he's making up the rules as he goes along.
He had a point to stray from.
Well, there you go.
All right, guys, it's 7:01, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. I don't see Reggie here yet. Just let me double check. Yeah, I don't see him. But I will call to order the special meeting of the Woodstock Town Board of November 5th. I have two quick announcements to make, and then we can get to the public hearing. One, there's apparently a scam going around where an individual or individuals are calling up pretending to be Central Hudson and telling you that they're going to be shutting off your power, but if you get them a money order or a debit card or something, that they will spare you of being cut off. Central Hudson does not operate that way. They don't call looking for money. They won't demand money over the phone. And the supervisor's office always gets notification when a property is about to be shut off. So every time that happens, we get notification. So if you do get that call, please call the supervisor's office and I'll help get it squared away. I have good contacts there. We have a municipal rep that can help keep that straight. So if you have any issues there, please let me know. Just let me let Maria Elena into the meeting. Hello, Maria Elena.
Unmute, sorry.
That's okay.
Hi.
How are
Sorry
you?
about that. Good, good. How is everybody doing?
Very good. So I was just in the middle of an announcement. I talked about a Central Hudson scam. The other thing that we've been dealing with a lot the last couple of weeks, folks are having terrible issues with their cable, their internet with Spectrum. And I did put a notice up on Facebook that if you are having problems, please contact me at the supervisor's email address. That's supervisor@woodstockny.org. I do have, again, a municipal representative that I've been forwarding these emails to. I also have a number that you can call. I know that we've seen some folks have their service improve a little bit, but there seems to be widespread problems throughout the town. So I think if we all work together, maybe we'll start to see a little results. So with that, Michelle, you're on. If you could read our legal notice.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here standing in for Jackie tonight. I'm excited because it's my first town board meeting.
Sound like a game show host.
Ew!
Can you do this?
Welcome!
All right, Vanna, turn the letter.
At a meeting held on October 20th, 2020, the Town of Woodstock Town Board scheduled a public hearing on the tentative 2021 budget for November 5th, 2020 at 7 p.m. All interested persons may now be heard.
Okay.
Yay or nay?
Do we have any interested persons? Any questions? Jessica, does your cat have a question?
My cat has a question. No, she wants treats, which I don't think any of you can help with.
You know, and this was a tight budget year, so that the kitty litter and the kitty snacks got cut.
Could.
Yeah, if we see an increase in revenue next year, we'll consider bringing them back.
I did look things over and I did have a few questions.
Okay.
What does BU stand for in the general fund?
the insurance, unallocated insurance. Is that what you're looking at?
It's AO 1620,
Hold on, say that a little
0.1.
slower.
uh,
AO
1620.
1620, yeah. Oh, that's building, maintenance.
Building, okay, that's what I thought. What is a CO contractual expense? I can give you the number on that one too.
Contingency.
Yeah, we need contingency this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do.
Why did the employee benefits go up $100,000?
What line, a specific line?
That is AO 901
Oh, hold on, AO,
9010.8.
that's retirement.
We have an aging workforce.
We also, we took an enormous hit because of, you know, the retirement, the pension fund in New York State is closely tied to the stock market. And when that took a hit, things went down, although it's come back. But I believe they use one day in the year to set the rates. And I think that day is sometime in April, which is when the stock market would have taken a big hit.
Yeah.
I believe that in our police department, we saw a 30% increase in their retirements. The police and firemen in New York State are under one pension, and then the general fund is under another pension.
Yeah.
So,
We're under the general.
yeah, so that took a big hit. I'm sure you saw, not to that extent, but you saw a hit there as well, probably.
Yeah, we've been under, and also we have people that are newer, so they don't have the old tier 1 through 4 benefits.
So we have in a number of employees in almost every tier at this point. And they're all, Pam has to go through and calculate different rates for each employee almost.
Yeah, it's
So,
it's not fun.
no. Any more
Do you know how
questions?
many tier ones we have, Clayton? Bill?
No.
The nice one, I
I'm
think,
sure
is-
I have the list here someplace, and
No, I wonder what the breakout is. We should maybe look at that.
if you ask Pam, she'll have it. She figured it out, and she's got them all listed.
And no, that was all.
Yeah, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 are the best, so.
They are. I got into tier 4 magically, but
I was in tier
all
3.
downhill from there.
I fought it and I got back into 2, but yeah. Here's Reggie.
You're muted, Reggie. You're still
Oh,
muted,
you
Reggie.
You muted again.
I think you have to unmute it, Reg.
I did. Okay. My apologies. Thank you, Richard, for texting me.
You're welcome. Always taking care of you, Reggie.
He's
Oh,
good.
that is so
He's good
true.
that way.
Check the tape out and see what he said about you before he did it.
Oh, no, that was me.
I heard one of you guys saying something.
I know it wasn't Lauren.
Only kidding, Reggie.
Oh,
Nobody said
Jesus.
anything about
Oh,
you.
come on. Did Lauren text you? Who texted you?
You did.
Do we have any more
Lauren doesn't know how
questions?
to use a text.
That's true.
Sorry.
And he's
That
That was
proud
all
of
my
that
questions. I'm gonna mute now.
Wow, Jessica, you're going in hard.
That's okay. When you're starving with your cell phone and I'm gutting out a deer, I will give you part of the loin.
Oh, I have a book on that.
Yeah, good. You use your book. I'll use my knife.
There-
We got to admit, though, Reggie's working double time today, so.
Reggie is he's
Yeah,
busy
yeah,
with
Yes,
his
he is.
police commission. So anyway, we are in the middle of a public hearing for the budget. Anybody have any other questions? So we did see in the general fund, we saw a decrease from the 2020 budget of $84,660. We are looking at actual across the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, across the 7 budgets, we're looking at a 0.016% decrease. And, you know, as we talked about earlier, I think we all felt strongly that with the uncertainty in the economy, we really wanted to work hard to give the taxpayers as big a break as possible. I want to just really, once again, commend the department heads. When I started talking with them about the budget and, you know, I laid this out, that I wanted to really have a tight year. There was no grumbling. They really all pitched in and did a great job. And, you know, every department has made sacrifices here. And as I mentioned, when I presented the budget back at the beginning of October, this may come at a cost. We might see next year where we actually have to increase the budget and increase it beyond the tax cap. But I personally felt strongly that that was a risk or an action that I was willing to take, that, you know, we would maintain a tight budget this year and you know, work hard next year to keep any increase at a minimum. So, and I thank the board for working with me on this. It's a team effort. So, anybody want to add anything else?
No, well said. Team effort, and you showed your leadership to point everybody in the right direction. And yes, team effort for sure. But your leadership helped.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, if nobody else has any questions, concerns, issues, I will offer a motion. Whereas on October 20th, 2020, the Woodstock Town Board adopted the preliminary 2021 budget and provided for proper notice, scheduled a public hearing for November 5th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. And whereas such public hearing was opened at a time and place of proper notice, and whereas comments and questions from the public were duly entertained, and whereas the proposed 2021 budget levy falls within the limits of New York State tax cap law and therefore does not require special legislation for its adoption, therefore be it resolved to close the public hearing, and be it further resolved to enter into the minutes of this proceeding the cover sheet for the 2021 budget, indicating the 2021 levies for the general, highway, garden lighting, Woodstock lighting, Hamlet sewer, on-site sewer, and water funds. Be it further resolved to adopt the 2021 budget.
Second.
Any more questions? All in
Nope.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have a budget for next year, folks. Good
Yay.
job.
Woohoo!
Thank you. And Jessica, hats off to you, because you guys, I think you had a 0% increase as well.
Yeah, the last 2 years,
Yeah.
which I think when you do the tax cap thing online, you can roll over the, we can, I don't know if the town can.
Yes, but it's not the entire amount of the tax cap. It's some, I want to say it's 10% or 15%. It's not a lot, but it's something.
It might help next year.
Yes, we'll have a little bit there to help us get through. And I think we were very conservative with our revenues, anticipating that the economy, depending on where we go in the next couple of months to year, if the revenues start to come back, that'll make it that much easier to make adjustments next year. So,
Bill, speaking of revenues, can we see if we can't get a better breakout on the STR income?
yes, I already talked to them about that, and
Okay, thank you.
we should see it, if not this month, next month.
Okay.
For all the permits.
So speaking of STRs, the zoning revision committee, and I hadn't documented this to people yet, excuse me, but the zoning revision committee, what came up at our last meeting was the question about STRs. And I know, Bill and Richard, you both reminded me that the STR law is in fact a zoning law. So it does in fact fall in as the zoning revision committee looks at the zoning law, item 13 of our list to look at is overall looking at the zoning law. So this would kind of fall under something that the zoning revision committee brought up for that, is they were asking about our plan to review the STR law. And they were hoping that we would, because two of the zoning revision committee people are one's on the ZBA, one's an alternate to the ZBA. And they're looking forward to having us as a board take a look at that, and also calling in the different department or the different board heads, like the ZBA chair and like the planning board chair, that they thought now that we've had it for a couple of years, it would be good to call in the different people that are involved in making the whole process work, gather their feedback, and then we as a board taking a look. So I know we said we would look at it periodically, and that came out of the zoning revision committee. I didn't send it to you as an email yet, but I'm sharing it.
Richard actually spoke to me, was it a week ago, Richard, about that? And
I think so, yeah.
yeah, I think it's, I'm very open to that.
I'm open to it too, and I know some of the issues, like particularly the ZBA is dealing with. When we put this together, what are we talking about? Almost 3 years now?
A while, yeah.
I think it's been adopted for 2 years, but we worked on it 3 years. Tents and things like that were not on the horizon. And I know that issue has come up. So there's a few other issues we need to look at. And also, at some point, we also look at the cap again. So,
yeah. Well, they thought,
and when we adopted the law, I think, I forget who said it, but I do remember that we all agreed that, look, this may not be a perfect law. We were sure it wasn't, but that we would need to look at it and make adjustments. So I think.
Although I recently read another town in Ulster County has adopted a law. It sure does look familiar. So.
I get a lot of calls, and I've sent that law
yeah, I have too. Yeah.
So.
Well, so again, the departments that they were hoping, the ZRC people, zoning revision committee people asked to get involved is building department, planning board, ZBA, and of course us as the town board. So Richard, I know you've been leading the charge on the STR. Is that something that you would take the lead on to pull together like the review?
If we want to hold the review, we can set something up. I've had a member of the ZBA. People have contacted me constantly about different issues that have come up that we may not have anticipated. And I've talked to Butch too a couple times, and and so I don't know how we want to do it. I don't want to be the only one. We should have a small committee of sorts, I guess. I don't know how you want to do it, Bill.
Well, let me ask you something. Let me throw an idea out here. We have a town board meeting next week. I don't have a lot on there. There's a couple of resignations, maybe a couple of appointments to a couple of volunteer boards. Do we want to maybe cancel that meeting and have a meeting earlier in the day that we could do like a workshop and bring some of these employees in via Zoom? And it doesn't have to be
I don't know what the chair of the Z. I don't know specifically who's asking for what here. The ZBA, are they saying they want to meet?
Well, this was Michael Castiglione brought it up, and Jeff Collins. So the two people on the zoning revision committee that are on the ZBA are Michael and Jeff. And Michael brought it up, and Jeff agreed. And so one way is to meet with the different department heads. One way is, I guess, send them an email, say, what do you think? Or I like the work session idea. It's nice. And I'd be happy to have it be, I'm happy to help. Let's put it that way. I'm definitely happy to help. But then, Richard, the STR is really your thing, so I don't want to.
Well, no, I think if they could make the meeting, I think Butch should need to be there.
Yes.
I think, yes, I agree. That's why I'd like to try and do it during the day.
Yeah. So if that could be set up for next Tuesday instead of a meeting, it's fine with me.
Yeah. So if it were,
So I have just a quick question.
Go ahead,
Can I
Marlena.
sorry, have we reached the cap of how many STRs are allowed?
I believe we have.
We have, okay, because someone just today asked me if we had already reached it, and I said I'd find
Well, we were
out,
close
so-
to it. I'm not going to say
close to it,
definitively, but we were close.
The last I heard, I can't honestly remember how long ago that was, but the last I had heard, we were not there. But as Richard
No,
said,
but I think
very
that
close.
was in relation to the older cap, if I remember correctly. I'm
I
not sure.
thought we were
Oh,
like
not the new one.
I thought we were like at 250 with everything that was in the pipeline. And what did we go to 285?
280, I think, yeah.
something like
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I can check on that tomorrow.
So,
But
so
those-
Bill,
those
I
are the
was,
types of things we need to hammer, we should, and I think there's some enforcement issues we need to look at too. I mean, I know Butch has only got so many hours in a day, but I'm seeing some things that I want to address.
Okay.
so I think from, so we're talking about Butch. I think the two ZBA people that brought it up on the ZRC were Michael and Jeff, so I would invite them. I think there should be a planning board representative because they get involved as well.
Mhm.
So one or two, whatever. you
And
think.
Melissa may be able to speak to that as well as any board member.
Oh, there you go. There's a really well, and especially if she could canvass the board, she could speak to it, but also
Yes.
canvass the board if there's anything they wanted to say. Now
So
my
since we
event-
have Michelle, if you would canvass the ZBA tomorrow and just see whether they'd like to make a meeting or whether they'd just like to have you represent them.
Absolutely.
And let me know.
No problem.
Are you aware, Michelle, of any specific questions just in advance?
Well, when you mentioned the tent issue, I know that's a case that we have in front of us right now, and it's a
Right.
huge issue. And they've been stalling on making a final decision because there's so many holes in the zoning law regarding that matter that they have no clue what direction to go.
Right. I also think there's some Department of Health issues here too. So,
Yes.
some of these things are out of our hands, but yeah.
Correct.
Well,
I had the building inspector called on me one time in my teepee. And he came up.
Which building inspector?
Well, it wasn't Paul. I don't think he would have come. It was in the neighboring town, actually.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
came in and said, how long does it take you to take this down and truck it out of here? I said, about a half an hour. He goes, well, it's not a permanent structure. This is none of my business. And he left.
So I'm going back to my notes from our meeting with the zoning revision committee, and they did say one of their specific questions was, or one of their issues was like Airbnb, the fact there can only be one Airbnb per property, but there are people, sometimes people had two and they had to merge, and they had concerns about, you might have,
You know what? Let's save this one all the players. We don't need to get into the weeds right now.
okay, all right. Well, you would ask, somebody asked what the issues were, and
I
that's what
like weeds.
You like weeds?
Hey, New Jersey people like weeds too. I don't know if you're watching the news, but
Where's Como?
That's just weed, Laura. That's not weeds. That's just weed.
Yeah. I found a roach in the old shed at the Historical Society where we're putting a floor down in there.
Really?
So someone's been blowing weed on town property. I find that
How-
just outrageous.
Historian Hepner, do you know anything about this?
No, but I
You
will
should
research it.
catalog it.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
It's now
Good
in the
one.
archives and
In the archives.
It was Bob Dylan's.
You know what?
That's
That's what I was going to say.
Put it
Put it
under
in the Historical
glass.
Society and say it was Bob Dylan.
Don't believe anything.
yeah.
I make half the stuff up anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No.
So Bill, I did want to give you my free times on Tuesday, because we're gonna have a during the day meeting.
Go ahead.
I have a 2-hour block from 9 to 11. I have a 2-hour block open this coming Tuesday, 9 to 11, and I have a 2-hour block from 2 to 4. I only have a 1-hour block from 12 to 1, but again, 9 to 11 is a 2-hour block and 2 to 4 is a 2-hour block.
That's the
Okay.
10th, right?
Yes.
I have to put my garbage out that night. I don't know.
Don't know if you can make a
During the
meeting
day,
this-
what does that got to do with garbage?
Well, I
It
have
takes
to
a very
dress.
long time to
I
walk
have
to
to,
the
I
front
have to
yard.
prepare, you got to get prepared this.
I have to dress like a bear and throw his garbage all over his yard.
Actually, bears have been relatively absent. I've
They're
noticed.
sleeping.
You just
Oh.
blew it there, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
right.
Don't
All right,
tempt the bear.
Does
What time
anybody
did you
have
say? What time did you say, Laura? I'm sorry.
9
Oh,
to
well, my-
11 or 2 to 4?
Yeah, those are my 2-hour blocks. I have a
I
1-hour
don't-
block from noon to 1, but a 2-hour block would be nice, so we don't have to.
I'm sure Butch would probably prefer the earliest. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but I would think. So, I don't care either. Those are the people that have to make adjustments. I got no life, so I can do it.
Let's say 2 o'clock, that'll give the building department the most flexibility. Later in the afternoon, they usually slow down a little bit. So I'll make a motion to reschedule what date is that?
10th.
November 10th, town board meeting from 7 PM to 2 PM on the 10th via Zoom.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town clerk, if you could please post that tomorrow.
No problem.
All
Hey,
right.
Are we gonna ring the bell for Veterans Day, Hebner?
I don't know what's going on for Veterans Day. I know it's supposed to rain or something, but I've not heard from Terry at all. Have you heard anything, Bill?
I have not heard at all either. I can't imagine they're gonna do a get together though.
Well,
I-
somebody talk to Brightenstein. I'll talk to Bloomer about the Christmas tree. That's a fair trade-off.
I'll call Terry. But yeah.
What's going on with the Christmas tree?
Yeah, so somebody makes some phone calls and gets people to get it down there, I guess.
Yes.
Which I will do. I was hoping to wait till the election's settled, but
Don't hold your breath.
yeah, no, I'll
Well, the town decorator felt strongly that it might be nice to get it up early to lift people's spirits in these times.
Ah, yeah.
We won't
How many
mention
more
names,
than
but
a
the
Christmas
decorator
tree?
likes to start decorating before the one holiday before the last holiday is over.
I'll loan her a chainsaw.
She might take you up on it.
I don't doubt that she would. I'll sharpen it first.
So I just one other quick thing. I just wanted to let everybody know, you know, we started charging for the electric car charging stations. And in the month of October, and I can't remember if this was our cut or if it's our, if they haven't taken their little cut out of it, but we got $392.16. And their cut was only $3 or $4. So I don't know if that's come out of that yet or not. But we've done pretty well.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's something, again, much like our law, we did a little research and came up with a number that we thought works.
Yeah.
I would say in 6 months, we should take a look at it, what our expenses are and what our income is, and possibly make an adjustment. One or two people have griped a little that it's a little high, so.
Come over to the shed at the Historical Society. We'll take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll let him blow some of Dylan's weed.
You know, the other part of that, Bill, though, was we were going to talk to the police or talk to Clayton about the new law.
Yes.
About ticketing people who are just sitting there and not charging. And it's
I
just like everything.
mentioned that to Clayton. That's a state law, so they can be enforcing that.
But don't we have to set a fee?
I didn't
I
see
thought that's
that
what
in
you
there.
said.
Did you?
No, I said, don't we have to set a fee? I thought you told me that.
I don't think so.
I thought
I'll
that would
look.
be a town law.
I thought it was a state
No.
law.
Well, yeah, but I don't know that they set the fee. I think the town set the fee.
Okay.
In other words,
I didn't see anything about that, but I won't, so I don't
I'll look
know
at
one
it,
way
yeah.
or another.
Speaking of Clayton, has John McGovern brought the paperwork up from Kingston?
I left a message. I did not hear from John. I know, did you talk to him? Was it yesterday or today?
I got a message from him yesterday,
Okay,
and I'll get back on him tomorrow.
okay.
This is Amy stuff?
Yeah.
Yes. And filing charges against both Vince, who we had talked about doing, also his wife, or soon to be ex-wife, as well as Carolus. So we're going to charge all three of them and serve all three of them. So I know that John was in touch with Ellen. She and Butch were up there yesterday and did a little bit more documentation, as well as asked Vince to put in a second silt fence, which I believe he did, but I'm not sure he put it where they thought it should go. So I'll have them look at that as well. So, all right. Anybody got anything else? With that, I will call for adjournment.
I'll second that one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have a
Hey,
good night,
Ashley,
everybody.
can you hear me, Ashley?
Yes, I can.
You sent the governor's protocol for the lockdown, or not for the lockdown, but for his little handbook for the
Pandemic.
virus.
Yep.
I don't seem to be able to open it. And can you send it to me in a different format, or
Yeah,
is
I
that,
can see if I can change the format.
okay, that'd be great.
Is that the emergency plan?
Yeah, yeah.
Probably the
Not
one
the-
that
that's-
you sent, Bill.
That's not the governor, but,
Well, whatever. It's
well, unless Bill got a promotion.
I couldn't get into it regardless of who it's from, but I have my own plan.
I
Go home
wanted to
and
bring that up again, Bill. I'm
go
sorry.
home and stay there.
The meeting's technically closed, but we're still, go ahead.
No, after, going through it for you and making some changes, note stuff, that coming back to work thing, I think needs to be looked at again. I don't think that's right. It doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't seem strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can look at that. There's a piece in there
Well,
about.
the only thing I would
if
tell you is
someone's
that
been out- I don't-
you're in and out, Richard.
Just having your temperature.
Yeah, Richard, you might want to cut your video. Sometimes video chews up too much. I don't know if
Mhm.
you heard me say that, but if you can cut your video, we might hear you better.
We wouldn't have to look at you.
So the one thing I would, while Richard's muted, I can get a word in. That section of the book did come from the governor and is the protocol at the moment. It does change periodically though, so that's not something I made up. That's what's there. The other thing I would point out is this document is really, it talks about how the town has operated over the last 9 months. And it's there so that if, the supervisor happens to not be here one day, the next person coming in can sit down and have an understanding, a playbook, so to speak. But what I would say to all of you, and probably should put in there, is that the rules change every day here, and there's frequently more confusion than not. So this is a basic guideline. It's not a Bible. That's my opinion anyway. It's just something to give somebody walking in the door an idea of, how to approach things. I think everything has to be verified, and I do that on a regular basis. And I do see the rules change. We had an instance with one employee where I got 4 different answers in one day from 3 different people. So can you talk now, Richard? No, you're muted.
Oh man, he's talking fast.
Yeah, I like
Who am I
this.
supposed to contact about internet problems? What was that number?
It is, hold on, I got it right here.
Anyway, take a look at that.
833.
Okay, never mind.
Did you hear my little speech?
I heard it. I heard it the other day too.
Yeah.
Take a look at it, everybody. I don't think it's strong enough. But anyway.
But it's not mine. It's
No, I know, but
it's the state's.
I know.
So, and quite frankly,
I just think somebody should have a negative test before they come back. That's all. Basically.
Okay, so we have to go because apparently, Ashley,
They canceled.
they canceled?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what she was calling about, but I see now I have a
Oh,
text.
okay. No, I don't know. We tested it and now it didn't work, of course, when we needed it.
Okay.
Oh, one last thing for me, Ashley.
Yeah.
And Bill, I've not heard back from the people, the housing committee. We're going to meet in the morning. I've not heard back from them, so there is no meeting
Okay.
in case you're planning on it.
Okay. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning anyway, so that,
No,
that
Ashley
works.
said you had to get out of there early, but
So that works a little better for me.
I'll set up for next week.
Okay. All
I'd
right.
like to attend that too, actually, Richard. That's
Oh,
next
this is-
week?
This is not the whole committee.
Oh, okay.
This is just about the possibility of generating an RFP for a project. But
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But
I
if
can
you
let
want,
you,
if you want to sit in on that,
no,
Maria
yeah, I'm
Lana,
not saying you can't.
you're welcome.
Okay.
But I also, we meet the fourth Wednesday.
Right.
Okay,
I'm gonna jump back into that schedule.
okay.
You know, Maria Lana, while we're talking about different things, the other thing that we might want to jump back into, especially with winter coming and COVID still around and
Right.
the potential for flare-ups, is to start to put together a call list. And I know we don't have to be making all the calls. I know there were a lot of folks who were willing to help out with that. You know, if
I
we
have a
maybe-
whole roster of people that
Okay.
I,
So we
Yep.
should look at that
I've got
and
people.
over the next month, initiate that again. I know a lot of people appreciated that.
yeah, they did, for
So
sure.
Some of them were a little miffed that we consider them seniors, but
Yes,
hey, I'm
Yes, but-
55 and I'm getting AARP, so.
but with humor,
Yes.
they were fine. So
Yes.
I talked them down. No, it was fine.
It was a
fine.
mild miff.
Yes.
So, all right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Have a good night, everybody.
Too.